Thank you for the blessings in disguise of the past, the present, and the future. Help us to heal and nourish our bodies, minds, and spirits. Help us to help others do the same. We send love to our ancestors, both known or unknown, to our descendants, both born or unborn, and to all beings everywhere in every reality across every dimension. We wish peace for all beings. Wonderful. Now I'm going to start off the Om. You're going to match the notes as best as you can and really let it out. And after that, you can open your eyes, relax, and I'll say goodbye, and they will say hello. Here we go.
Hey, hello. I'm ready, Eagle. All the systems on your planet are starting to turn upside down. They're starting to get stirred around, cracked open. They're being affected. One may say that it is because you have a virus that has moved through the system of the Earth. The virus, or any living thing, has an intelligence. You may say that everything in the universe is energy. You like to say this. You have numbers attached to frequencies. You say, this vibrates at this frequency. Temperature. Something is 10 degrees or 100 degrees. Something is cold or hot. But in the universe, there is no such thing as cold or hot. It is relative to what your temperature is. It is hot if you are not as hot as it. It feels hot to you. Just like directions, up or down. In outer space, there's no up or down. You are these spheres floating in nothingness. Just sitting there, planets sitting there in the air. Some energy, some force is keeping them in place. As they are in place, they're moving as well. You don't ever really think about it because you're used to it. You see the moon, it is hanging there. Other planets hanging there. But there's no up or down. It is only relative to where you are. It is above you or below you. So your perspective is always about where you are. What about learning? The educational system, they got affected by this pandemic. It was very upsetting. The children could not go to school to learn. What were they going to learn there? Do you remember 10 things from your 3rd grade? Can you name 10 things you learned in 3rd grade? What about 4th grade? 10 things. List them now. You are intelligent adults. Why don't you remember if it was so important to you? What about 5th grade? No. How about 6th or 7th or 8th or 9th or 10th or 11th or 12th? Maybe you can list one thing, and certainly not in all the grades. So did you learn or did you temporarily memorize? What was the point of that knowledge? You say, to get my brain working. Was your brain working or memorizing? They did not want to know your opinion. That would be some working of your brain to articulate what you think and how you feel. People can barely articulate properly, creatively, how they think and feel. They just say, I don't like this. I hate that. I love this. That is amazing. Boy, you people like to say the word amazing. You toss that word around a lot. Everything apparently is amazing. Or it sucks. The use of language is not creative because you have not been taught that. You were just told to memorize the answers. That is what people do with spirituality. We are all one. I believe in oneness. Do you? Then why were you so mad in the elections? If you believed in oneness, you would not have picked a party. You would have understood that there's an evolution happening. That all people feel that they like the right thing, that they know the best thing to do. So where is the oneness? You say everything is God, is it? Do you believe those people who don't like you are God? If you believe everything is God and God is in everyone and God is everything, you see, not that God is in everyone, but that everything you see is source energy. If you don't like the word God, use the word source. You say, how can that be source energy? How there are good things and bad things. No, they are relative to you. To the person who does not fear death, like the ancient indigenous peoples. Do you know when they used to sacrifice some people down in the Aztec Mayan times, they would chop their head off? You know about that? Huh? Or was it temporarily you learned it in 3rd grade so you forgot now? It was not a morbid event. People used to raise their hands, take my head off and send me to the ancestors. They were not running from the shaman. They said, cut my head off. Because they were not raised with the belief that you are supposed to stay here, that this is everything. They understood the eternalness of the soul. And their belief system was the ancestors were waiting for them. So to them, their death was not wrong, even by that blade. How many things do you make wrong? How many things do you make right? From your morning to night, you should do this. You should count to yourself how many times you make things wrong. It will be easy if you look at the macrocosm. So many things you will find in the world that is wrong. You might look in the mirror and say that is wrong. You may look at your friends and family and see what they are doing wrong. A lot of wrong everywhere. You say, well, I cannot just look at the things that are right. Are you even looking at the things that are right? Do you get just as much of a charge at looking at positive things as you do by the negative things? Notice how long the charge stays with you with the negative thing. You think about it for days. Happy things, you forget about that all the time. Look at your internet culture. You'll have little videos on your internet of people doing amazing things. Somebody with no arms playing piano. Somebody jumping out of a plane who is in a wheelchair and singing a song or something, painting a picture. You watch these incredible feats by people and you forget them. You watch them, you say, wow, amazing. Then somebody send it to you again a few days later. Somebody else, hey, you seen this? You say, oh yeah, I saw it. It was great. You got something new? But one person tells you, you know, you ugly. You will think about that for 20 years. That you will never forget. Why? Is that a defect in the human? Or is it that you have come to this place, this reality, because that is what this is. This is a focus. You are focused here. You call this your reality. When you go to sleep, that will be your reality when you dream. We tell this to you again and again. 5-6 hours from now, you will be dreaming. You will believe that is real, just as much as you believe this is real. Then you will wake up and you will say, I cannot believe that was a dream. And you will do it again tomorrow, and next week, and next month, and every year of your life you'll have that experience where you wake up and say, I cannot believe that was a dream. It was so real. And you cannot seem to change that. because those are other realities, other dimensions. It is just your focus is here, because this is a school. In case you haven't noticed, you're constantly being asked to learn something and relearn it and master it all day long. Don't you see it? You have to brush your teeth every day. You have to keep washing your face. You have to keep eating. You have to keep drinking. You have to keep stretching your muscles. You stretch them as much as you want for a week. Don't do it for 3 days. Back, the muscle is tight again. Is that a defect in the body, or is that this place is about consistency with peace? Learning how to create in peace rather than through chaos. Learning through joy and introspection and vision rather than having to learn through traumatic experiences. If you want to make a real shift, it would be that you change the way you learn, or actually start to learn how to learn. In the beginning, maybe you have to memorize some things to remind yourself, but without the feeling, how can you grow? You will say to yourself, yo, breathe. That is an important thing to remember. I have to breathe. Boy, we have to start there. Think about it. You want to untangle different parts of your past, your present, your future, and you're not even breathing. How many conscious breaths did you take today? Where you said, let me take 10 nice deep breaths and reconnect to my core. Is it challenging for you to do that? Yeah. But when you make it a practice, when you make it a good habit, peaceful, good habits, that is much better than the word discipline. Who wants to be disciplined? Do you want somebody to come discipline you, or do you want somebody to come teach you good, peaceful habits? Right? So I will come around to all of you guys today. You all have spirit guides. I do not know you, but they will tell me something to say to you. I will tell you. And maybe we connect the dots together. See, maybe somebody from other side wants to talk to you. I don't know you. But you are here. Maybe we help you unlock something. All right. Let us begin now.